Stack, 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 stack. You stack the neurons, it's a computer. Who's unsure of what self-sabotage is? Self-sabotage in most cases is what you'd call a tangled hierarchy, where you've got two values that are in competition with each other. The value that often will win out will be the one that is most destructive. The reason most people self-sabotage and they're not motivated to do the things they want is because there isn't that level of importance around doing that thing. But when you see a relationship that exists between the thing that you need to do and the thing that is actually what you want, and you start connecting those two together, the probability of changing your behavior changes dramatically. It's all in neurology. Like, it literally is nothing more than a combination of neurons that are connected in a specific way. Right now, your whole motivational network looks like this. And so what our goal is to create new connections within the brain so that the motivational behaviors become autonomous behaviors that happen automatically versus behaviors where we get up and we go, oh fuck, I need to motivate myself today. When you look at high performance, pure high performance, it has a level of consistency to it because it's just how people become accustomed and conditioned to operate. And the way that they become accustomed and conditioned to operating is by developing a specific neurology around this stuff. And it's not until you change the neurology, which in some cases can take a bit of time, that you actually change the autonomous way that your physical being shows up and behaves. And the way that we do that is by stacking values towards motivations. What's the benefit of that? 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 Stack, 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 stack. You stack the neurons, it's a computer. You are fucking entering digits into a computer, and all of a sudden you start forming a new neurology. If you activate that neurology with some physiology, because your physiology has huge impacts at a neurological level, not just in terms of the chemistry, but also in terms of its function. The more you keep asking yourself, focusing on connecting the dots, connecting the dots, connecting the dots. This doesn't happen in fucking a 5-minute intervention. This happens because you desire a higher performing lifestyle. And you identify a thought process that is required to be repeated consistently over time. You don't fucking accidentally, paint an incredible painting. It happens as a result of mastery. And mastery is that ability for you guys to develop a level of consciousness around the behaviors that you need to demonstrate. But what are the important things that I need to be aware of that will help me change those behaviors? And one of the most important things that you can do is start stacking your neurons in the right direction. Looking at the thing that you want. I want that, but I'm not showing that. What do I show? Where do I show up? Look at where you do show up and look for the thing where you show up the most. And then go, right, how do I create a relationship between these two things? How do I create a relationship between the thing that I want to do really badly and the thing that I genuinely love? How do I connect the two and marry them and create a communion where they live happily ever after? That is the key to unlocking performance at the highest level. Making what you do fucking light you up. Because ultimately that's what we're talking about, right? How do we do the things that light us up the most? We connect the dots.